Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today we have a very different kind of video where I have a new product review. Easily one of the coolest things I own to date. Very, very little competition. This is beyond a lightsaber. This is beyond a whatever the hell that you see all over social media. This is crazy. And it's actually made by Disney. I bought it at Disneyland the other day. Hella expensive, but 100% worth it. So this is a product review of the Star Tours STARSPEEDER 1000 playset that was just released. It's limited edition. I got the last one that was visibly out on the shelf at Disneyland. So they might have restocked. I don't know, obviously, because, I haven't been since a couple days ago. But yeah, I got my poster back there. Big Star Tours fan. But yeah, here's our review. So here it is. This is, by the way, it's huge. And it looks like on video, it doesn't look as big as it is in person to me. I don't know, but it's really big. Like, for example, this is like a big, I guess, poster thing that this was in. So, that helps it give a little more scale. It's about that size and then length and width, whatever the fuck. But it's so cool. This thing is, full scale. And when you open it up, by the way, you can see the inside. It's completely detailed inside and out. Down to even the numbers of, the rows and stuff. It's all completely accurate to the exterior of the one you see in the queue before you get on the ride. So they combined the real, I guess, hero model of the ship with the actual ride vehicle. So you might be wondering, where's R2? Check this out, though. Boom. They have a little store case for the characters. So there's C-3PO. And here's R2. You can put R2 in his little, thing right here. And then in here, which that does come off. I didn't break it. It does come off because in the queue it can come off too, whatever. Anyways, but that's that little, camera droid that's on the side next to R2 when you're in line. For Star Tours. Let me put this shit back on. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to power this on, which is in here. I mean, this thing has so many compartments. It's crazy. So now it's on. You could see it's it lights up a little bit now that I turned it on. I don't know. The engines only turn on when the ride is on, which I think is really cool. I'll put this back on too. There we go. Okay, but here's for a little cool feature. So those are those blasters that flip out when you're on the ride. Those are the main blasters that you see on the ride, are these ones. And then these are the heavy cannons that are used when, you launch a torpedo or whatever at something, which is cool. So it's they have both blasters on here too. So now the coolest part to me is when you open this up. Okay, well, not this, but this is the coolest part. But also, just the attention to detail, they have the, smoke and seatbelt stickers included in the vent fans or lights or whatever the hell these are on it, which are on the ride as well, which I find to be really freaking cool. But anyways, here's the actual interior. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's so accurate. It's so weirdly accurate. Right, and it even has the sheet here that you can remove. And I'll play an entire ride thing for you on here, so you can see it plays the entire ride for you. And there's multiple variations. And that's one of the things when I bought it, was I was like, I don't want to get it to have one ride variation and have it be the fucking sequels. They have 3 different ones. They have Like one of the George ones, one of the sequel ones, and then one of the new Ahsoka ones. Like each era basically is included in here. So first off, when you'd first get on the ride, you know, you'd want to get through the door, so they even have the sound and everything. And there it is to scale, you know, as if you were walking in. Oh, I'm gonna walk in and sit down. Look at that. So cool. Yeah, there's a button back here. Can open. As for this is a compartment. I know this is a compartment because of the lines and the etch mark here, but I've not opened it yet because it's really hard to get open. And this was like 350 bucks, and I don't want to break or ruin anything about it, so I'm scared. If I see a video of someone taking this off later, I will, but for now, that is some kind of hidden compartment that I am too scared to remove. I don't know what's in there. God knows. So, by the way, now check this out. You know that little panel that the cast member goes up and, like, clicks which mission you're on, whatever? Or, like, checks the seatbelt things? It's on here. Crazy. Like, they did not need to include that, to be honest with you, but they did. Yeah, so then this doesn't slide down, obviously, because there's not room to slide down, or else it would be off scale, so you can remove that. These figures are, the only con about this, really, that I have, is these figures are extremely cheap. They are very, very cheap and low quality, because that's not the point of this, but, you know, still, they, on the scale of minifigs and everything, they are very nimble plastic, so be careful with them. Posability's mid, but like, and it should click somewhere in there. Fuck. God. There we go. Get him up. Good enough. Point made. So now I'm gonna show you kind of what the actual electronics do. So this.
Oh no! Where are we going? You know I can't fly this thing.
It's like
This is madness.
basically just C-3PO quotes from the ride.
Stormtroopers will be deactivated.
They did for sure. Like dude, I remember all of them too.
Star Tours,
Here we go.
1401, you are clear.
You have to hold it for a little bit.
That's us. We can't take off. The captain is...
But if you hold both those down, a star field should come up.
Excuse me, you don't seem to understand. I am not the captain. I am C-3PO.
Look at this. This screen is so clear. The only thing is like, obviously, since it's not like a full fucking TV, it's an LCD. So like the frame rate is a little less. But like the quality of the actual video is very, very high. I'd say like 1080. Like a high 1080. Cast members told me it's 4K, but I don't know if it's 4K. But it is very, very high quality. Look, even the lights go off inside as they do on the ride. I mean, it's crazy. And we happen to get the sequel one this time, but I guess I'll play 2 for you, because why not? Boom. But yeah, it goes through the whole ride. It has the message. It has the ending thing. Like, it plays the actual video that plays on the actual ride. Fully. Like, you get the same content as the ride. Other than this, you don't get the side screen. It's just kind of empty. But you get the rest of it. You get the main video. Like, with no, like, no difference, really. I mean, it's this exact content, just, you know, on a little screen. And you can put like action figures in here. There's like a seat belt if you have like vintage collection. Black Series, normal Black Series won't fit, obviously. But if you have like vintage collection or something smaller, they'll fit in here.
We're not going. Good Lord. Wait, where are we going?
I mean, this is like genuinely. Where else are you gonna get something like this of anything? Like now that they did this, I think it would be really cool if they did like a big Millennium Falcon and like did that but with Smuggler's Run. You know what I mean? Like if you could take the whole top off, I don't know, that would be cool. But that is more complicated because it's not just a flat screen, it's like rounded. So I don't know if they could realistically do that, but if they could, that would be sick. You know, and I'd pick that up automatically. And the fact that it would be the Falcon, you know, like shit. Why wouldn't I get that? This is like one of those things that you're like, this is a great idea for a toy that I know that will never be made, and they did it. You know, and it's like, it kind of blew my brains out when I first heard of it, that it played the entire ride, and I was like, you know what, this is ridiculously expensive, but I don't care. And that doesn't happen a lot with me. I'm typically very conscientious on what I'm kind of spending my money on for some reason, but like this was just like too good to pass, and it's limited edition. So if you want to get this, get it now, or else I don't know what's gonna happen. And I remember this when I first went on this version of the ride before Galaxy's Edge opened. This was like the first like teaser of what it was gonna be like. Yeah, but there's one of them.
Star Tours 1401, you are cleared for departure. Initiate takeoff sequence.
So there's 3 sequences, like I said earlier. There's not the like 500 whatever plus possible route thing, over 100, I don't know, something ridiculous. But there is still, you know, enough variety where it feels different every time, which is important.
Hold it right there, Captain. I'm not actually the captain. We're looking for this rebel spy. Have you seen her?
No one on this transport could possibly be a spy.
This is the speeder we're looking for. Blast up.
But this is the George era one. That's like no anything Disney. This is the OG ride right here. It's so cool because it showed like the eras of the ride and the different. It's very much a tribute to Star Tours, you know, and acknowledging all of its eras of existence, you know. Well, where technically all of these still exist, they push certain ones more in the algorithm now. Like, you're very not likely to get a pure George Lucas Star Wars one anymore. But you're likely to get one George Lucas Star Wars planet, but to get an entire ride to be just George Star Wars is very rare. I had it happen to me, and the entire vehicle was cheering and screaming and like it was insane, like after the ride finished, because there was nothing, like no sequels in it. I remember we got to Tatooine and everyone was just like losing it, because at that period of time the only one that they liked to play was the Rise of Skywalker one, and it's that ocean planet one you saw earlier. And it's like, why do we need the Rise of Skywalker one, you know? But yeah, when they played like Tatooine, it was ridiculous reaction from everyone.
Yoda, I am.
But like, I haven't seen Yoda's hologram since I was like, I don't even know what age. I was very little.
Deliver her you must, or all will be lost. To your R2 unit, coordinates I will send. May the Force be with you. I'm afraid we've all just joined the Rebel Alliance. Where are we going?
This is my favorite. Oh, shit. That's a fuck up on the best one, but you didn't miss much. But this is my favorite Star Tours mission. When you go to Coruscant, you go to in the middle of the Battle of Coruscant. And I've only gotten this probably like 3 times in real life. Like, it's very, 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 very rare now that they've added the new ones. Like, it's so rare. But back before the sequel shit, this was a little more common to get, but still. So it's episode 3, then you go down, and now you're doing like the Zam speeder chase from episode 2, and you zip through all the skyline of Coruscant. And as you'll see in a minute, you know, you go down the same shortcut that Zam went down.
Look, Hatu, a platform. Let's land there.
See, and I mean, this shows the creativity, right? It's not limited to one time, one era, whatever, because it's a ride. It doesn't need to be canon. It's supposed to be fun Star Wars. You know, so it's like you go through 3, 2, and then you drop down in the Falcon and Han and Chewie. You can kind of see him. All right, there. You know, that's what was so cool about Star Tours. Where, like, you know, I love Galaxy's Edge to death. But, you know, those rides are more, like, specific. Like, obviously, Rise of the Resistance is one story specific to that time. Which is fine, because for that kind of attraction, you know, that's necessary. But Falcon, you know, that should have been, from the get-go, should have been, like, Star Tours, where you can do multiple, like, coaxium runs or things, smuggling runs, smugglers run, on different planets and everything, which is what they're doing now with the update coming up. But still, just, you know, just showing the kind of importance of this ride. And George, it's George's baby, so, you know, one of his many. But at Disneyland, this is his prime creation, you know. But yeah, so that's like pretty much the kind of deal with this thing. I mean, I could talk about it all day long, but that would bore you. So I won't do that. But basically, now I'm going to show you the box, because why the hell not? Also, quick promo, Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. You can scan that QR code or screenshot it and then read it. And you can sign up for early preview updates, be on the mailing list for George Lucas's next creation, opening in Los Angeles in 2026. There you go. Anyways, now we're going to look at the box. So here's the box, and it kind of tells you what it was, you know, but this to me was very much like a early 2010s kind of box design, which I thought was cool. Particularly this right here. This is straight from like my childhood. They, on all the toys back then, they always had these characters kind of on the side of the box or whatever, and like their prime form, and then it had like the logo of whatever product or thing it was at the bottom, and it had Star Wars in the corner. So this very much to me is like kind of the Star Wars toys I grew up with. They're not these weird kiddie garbage new toys they have now. I don't think kiddie's the right word, but childish and lame, where the toys back then were enjoyable for everyone, but now, you know, not so much. But this is very much an exception to that. So here's like the actual figures and the actual thing. And here's a sketch. So they give you some of everything. They give you like a hero image. They give you, you know, hero image of the characters. And they give you a real picture of the product, a real picture of the droids. And then a sketch of the whole thing and what it does. So like button activated door with chime, concealed blasters, removable doors for display. So the ones on the other side you can take out. And then I don't know, I wouldn't call that a droid factory, but a droid socket there on the ship. Yeah, that's. I don't know why it says droid factory. That is not a droid factory. Trust me. The clones would be very offended if you called that a droid factory because they died in them. So anyways, then here's some more details. It does have landing gear. That is true. But, you know, that's a good enough picture of what it does. You just pull the landing gear out. Hey, landing gear. Yeah, elastic, clip-in seat belts, authentic premium details. That's true. Content, display sequences, C-3PO phrases. Yep. That is a picture from the first old Star Tours before it had variety, like when it was just one thing. So I don't know why that's there, but yeah, pretty cool. So here's kind of the instructions that they give you, because there's no way you'd be able to figure out all the different little things this has without instructions. So, you know, thank God they have instructions. But yeah, my only really complaint about the instructions or anything is this. Like, what the fuck is that? Is it worth my time trying to get this off? Because clearly it comes off, but like, what is that? You know, it doesn't say. So I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, I might try to pry it off and then just see what it is, because it says it's a compartment. And then there's like, you know, the band, the blaster thing. There is landing gear, which you can lock and whatever, and then it's telling you about the stickers. So cool. And then what I really like about this too is it gives you an option for power. You can either do 6 AA's in a compartment underneath the ship, or you can actually charge the ship with a cable they give you. I think it's just USB-C. It's in my bag, so I don't really want to get it right now. But it's also on the bottom of the ship, so I'm going to show you that now, so you're not confused. So here's the ship. We're going to flip it over, and that is where you're going to plug it in if you want to charge it. And then the battery port, if you want to use batteries, which is what I did, is right here. And since we're here, might as well show you the landing gear. Did I lock it? I'm an idiot. The fuck? Oh yeah, I locked it again. Shit. But yeah, landing gear, yay. Cool. And then you can lock it so it stays in place. Or lock it so it stays in place there. Same deal here, they come out. Blaster. Big blaster. What else? Should we try to get this off? That'd be funny to get on video. What the hell is under here? Like, seriously, bro. Like, I don't know what this is, but... See, do you see what I mean? It's so, like, this you can just kind of pop off. This is, like, freaking... And it's clearly made to come off. That lip, and in the instructions itself, it said that this can come off. But it doesn't. So it's like, I don't... That's what scares me. Do I need, like, a freaking screwdriver to pry this thing off? Like, what is in here? Holy. I can't get that off. One second. So, this does come off. And, this is all it is. Yeah. And I had to use a screwdriver. A screwdriver to get this off for that. This is all that's underneath. I don't get it. I don't get the point, because there's never a point where you see that. I guess maybe it's just to, like, show you the quote-unquote inside of the ship. But yeah, low-key pointless. Y'all do not need to worry about that. But I guess I'm the first one on YouTube to discover the secret of the weird compartment. But yeah. So, hope y'all enjoyed my review. And that is the most in-depth review of that thing on YouTube. Hence the length. So, leave a like, subscribe, share if you want more content like this, or want to see more Star Wars from my channel. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Until the next one, may the force be with you always.